Hi, good morning. This is Wilna Furstenberg and it's Monday. And I know when you watch this video, it might not be Monday. So maybe I should say it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anyway, that's just a little blonde moment for me. I'm very excited about this little the series that I'm having going on. So if you haven't watched last week's, what I'm doing is I did 4 art journaling layouts, and they're quite wild for me personally, for my style. That's what I mean. And then I decided to make 4 responding scrapbook layouts. So it's been really amazing, and I absolutely love how everything is turning out for me personally, to the point that I actually put all my scrapbook pages on a canvas together, all 4 of them on one canvas, 24 by 24, and it's hanging in my sitting room. So I'm just absolutely loving how it's turning out. I don't know if it's the most popular thing that I've ever done, but that's okay. I don't mind. So here you can see in the video, sorry, I've been talking more than I'm showing. I'm working on 4 art journals at the same time, if you haven't noticed that. That's just a very productive way for me to work. And I just prepped them with gesso. So what I did was a teaspoon of gesso, and then just with an old credit card or your husband's credit card. Don't use yours. You need yours for shoes, right? But anyway, so then you can just scrape off all the gesso again. And then I'm using this lovely blue. It's called Turquoise Deep. It's by Liquitex. And I'm just mixing it in. It's acrylic paint. Sorry if you didn't notice that. And I just mixed it with a little bit of water. And you can see my water is not clean. So don't do as I do. Do as I say. And what I'm saying is you really need clean water. That's actually quite important. So I'm just painting. I have this wooden stamp that you can see. I experimented with it. I wanted to see how the stamp works on gesso. And it turned out okay. The wooden stamps are not my favorite. They're not really, they don't have a little spring in them, which means they don't want to stamp really nicely. So you have to press hard on it. But you know what? It's just a marking on a page. And I think that is what art journaling is all about. It's just getting those markings on the pages, So I'm going to let this one dry, and then I'm coming back to paint with black. So I really discovered black as one of my favorite elements, and who knew that black can be so fresh, so I'm using a small brush, just painting black acrylic paint on it. You can see I'm painting around the stamps, maybe over it later, I can't remember, and just mixing it with water, the paint, and then you can let it flow like that. And again, someone asked me in one of the YouTube comments, what am I thinking when I'm doing this? And it's really nothing. I'm just enjoying the experience, literally being in a moment. And someone else mentioned that, it's so it can be meditation, working with paint and this process. And I absolutely agree that it's a very meditative art form, art journaling, and art in general, painting, and because it just forces you to be in the moment. It's almost like a yoga class, when I step on the mat in yoga, I absolutely lose track of time, and you're just there, Okay, so painted with blue, painted with black, and now I'm taking out this wood grain stencil, and I'm going to spray it just lightly with some adhesive, and then I'm going to work with it. So in the related products on my blog, I actually listed a wood grain stamp by Tim Holtz, and I think if you click on that link, it will open all the wood grain stamps, or you can just search for wood grain stamps on scrapbook.com and you can get an idea of, there's so many. This one I bought in a packet from Michael's, and there was like 4 stencils in this packet, so it was worth it for me, you know. I'm going to use a dabber, and I'm just going to dab some white heavy gesso on it. So you can use white acrylic paint, but I think the gesso was just at hand, and I'm just going to dab with the white. And this is going to make some interesting markings on the page. And watch Wednesday, because then I'm doing a scrapbook layout where I'm using this page as inspiration. And you'll see I'm using it again, you know. So it really worked amazingly well. Yeah, so, you know, thinking while I'm working is not really a big thing for me. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? It just works, you know. This is one of the best ways to use paint and a stencil. It's just with a little dabber. And the thicker your paint is, the better, because then it doesn't flow underneath the stencil, you know. But anyway, yeah, just working with it, going with the flow. And praying it will work. That's another thing that I think a lot about when I art journal and scrapbook is let it work, please, 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 please. So I'm going to add this little illustration that I created for iHeartStudio that you can buy on iHeartStudio. It's one of many cute ones. And I'm just going to go through a little paper pad as well that I bought from Michael's. It's a Reflections brand. I don't know exactly, but it has a gypsy feel to it, and I'm using that exact same little page. There's 2 in each pad, so I used one for this art journal page, and I'm going to use the other one for the scrapbook layout. And this is basically where I'm copying, you know, the scrapbook layout from this one. So I'm going to cut this one up and use those little pieces. And I just love the pink, how it pops with the blues and the black. And there's gold foil in there, which is really pretty. I mean, you can see it in the little arrows and things. So and I'm just going to use some soft gel in a mat to adhere it with, you know, so it's going to add some more layers to this layout or page. And now I'm going to play some music, and then I'll come back and narrate the last bit. So you can see in the right hand side there's this coral pink paint, and it's just a mixture of magenta and red and yellow and a little bit of white. So I'm just going to use a big flat brush, and I'm just going to brush. You can see going a little bit more of a dry brush at the bottom, but just going to paint a little bit of that color in there. It really makes such a big difference for me. The white flourish that you can see I'm painting around there is just a piece that I had in my stash, and I just used it on the page, and you'll see in the final page that I'll show you, the very last slide of this video, that I actually drew into it with, just to drew some leaves and flourishes in there. And now I'm using the Liquitex, amazing Liquitex acrylic ink in blue, and I'm just splattering, and the higher you hold the little dropper, the bigger the splats are. So that's actually, my whole table was full of drops, and it just made such a lovely difference. And now I'm using, that was the green one, and now I'm using the blue one. This is almost like an ultramarine blue, and look how lovely that is. Oh, it just works like a charm. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll show you the final clip, the final page, and then be sure to check back on Wednesday to see the corresponding scrapbook layout with it, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, have a wonderful week. Bye bye.